banality disorder. Come on.
Podcast started a long time ago.
This is how we gonna get God. You want your views? You want your off-recording briefing views to be
I don't know
known?
what you guys are talking about. Podcast
Hey, what season are we on? 17, right?
17, eh?
Yeah,
Season 17, episode 1. We back after what? Almost a 2-month hiatus.
Yeah.
A break, yes.
This is about a lot of work.
Hey, bro, like I've been
Like,
receiving DMs.
relax.
Eh, barato, roaka, eh.
Hey,
Relax.
DMs. Bahimane, a lot is going on. Where the hell are
I
you
didn't know,
doing?
I was getting a lot of.
I was getting a whole lot of DMs, man. But shout outs to everyone, man. We're back at it.
We back.
We're back at it. Everyone good?
Yeah, we good. We coming to you from Bryanston's best kept secret.
Yes.
I'm told. That's where we're coming from.
Yeah, man. Okay. It's a new background.
Yeah. And when you see a new background, obviously, what does it mean?
Homeless.
Nah, new season, new spaces.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
Yeah. But yeah, we're coming to you live from News Bistro in Bryanston, like we said. It's a very nice, quaint
Hidden gem. Man.
It's a hidden gem, actually. It's
Yeah,
a hidden gem. It's on Main and Kulro Street, corner Main and Kulro Street. I think the center is called Weleda. Yeah, it's a pharmacy. Yeah, naturally yours. Yeah. So it's a nice restaurant. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch,
They got some
they serve
good-ass
dinner.
wines.
They got some African cuisine as well. I saw on the menu.
Yeah, I saw that Mohori looking nice.
Yeah. Every day there's some Mohori here, right?
Yeah, it's every day, ne? Hasibu Manta. It's not a groove sport.
Yeah. It's not a groove spot.
Yeah.
Please don't turn it into a groove spot.
might sound very fresh coming from us, but
Yeah.
but yeah, apparently like because it's in a corporate node.
Yeah.
So if you also wanna come work here, they've got nice workstations for you. You can plug in. It's nice.
Wi-Fi,
It's quiet.
yeah.
It's very central, like I said, by Main Street in Bryanston. So yeah, check them out.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to New Bistro.
Yeah. News Bistro.
News Bistro.
Yeah. One no. Amazula Shanja this guy no.
News Bistro, man. Shout outs to
I was
them.
gonna shout out the owner, but yeah, utsholo rokolo taba to khanti. Se ba tseba rona le application. So let's focus on the business. Yeah, man. Yeah, we back.
We're back, man. We're back. We got plugs. We don't necessarily have, besides this, we don't necessarily have, but we got some stuff in the pipeline. We saw the designs. We wouldn't find out some up and down. Yo, that whole thing, I like that. I think that's gonna fucking, Hakatola like a nice. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
I can't replicate it.
so
Actually, you just reminded me. Can I leave the sample?
Sample.
Yeah. So Mara, we're busy sampling. We're gonna come out hopefully with something quite dope.
Yeah,
man.
because we haven't done anything recent in that front.
Yeah, in that front, and I'm looking forward. Like the idea is quite dope.
Yeah.
Otherwise, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man.
Nisha Mbali, how you been?
I'm good, Des.
Yeah.
Yeah.
December you for sharp.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, kana katswa December.
Yeah.
It's what December.
Yeah. Bali's
No,
an
it was a
auntie
quiet
now.
one.
Nati.
Yeah. We have a baby.
Yeah. Bali's an auntie now.
She was rich. She was just missing the ant suffix.
Beautiful.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, we have
I
a
know.
baby
Get ready
now.
for those auntie duties. Or when there's this thing that I say his last birthday. So he's got WhatsApp on it. So he's got me, he's got my sister, my brother, his mom, his other cousins on there. So he makes a call like everybody.
He knows. He knows it's a group.
Yeah, he knows it's a group.
Okay.
Hey, mamang
And then now go how we do the guy you quite a lot.
Hey dog.
That is so cute.
My son was did that.
So get ready for stuff like that.
looking
Man.
forward
Get
to
ready
it.
for that. When I Tabang, you good, my G?
Yeah, I'm good. December. This past December is the longest I've ever spent back home in one instance.
How long were you there?
I was there I spent Christmas and New Year's. So I left Joburg 23rd. And then I came back the 4th or the 5th, I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually when I go home, I'm never home for New Year's. I'm always just for Christmas and I'm out like 4 days max. So this was the longest because Skumbuzo went to the mountain and my twin brother's son. So
Bavelisha.
yeah,
How
Bavaili
is he?
sharp.
How does...
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool, man.
Hey. Class I part. Not married.
When I think
I
about
saw.
school and how we made him like with the obviously through you, but not just Panela Heineken, I think at the time. Yeah, it just didn't connect. Or he would be
Yeah.
a nigga that would want to do that.
Because when we went, we were supposed to go, the 3 of us. So my mom was like, so that I'm done. But I'm like, then he agreed. Then I think he got cold feet. I don't want to go there. Then he came, and then, because like with us, like it's like proper standstill. Like there is nothing more important than, not even a funeral is as important as that day in fun. And then you could just feel it. Like I wish I was there. Then he committed, or no, next day I'm going.
Yeah. Hey man,
So- so-
shout out to
so-
school.
So
He
yeah,
looked so small when he came back.
yeah, it was so small. So he's back. So that's why that's why it's the longest I've ever been. Then I came back.
That's to school, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Hey, and
school,
I was
bro.
saying to hire you.
Yeah, it does not.
Oh, we lie ho bona ra.
When is snap?
No, give
Ah,
us a
ke re thaba
Eh.
ha ntse ba kene.
Eh.
We la mphato.
Eh, ke lie.
O kwana mphato la ho yona. Oh, o le wa bona
Eh,
mphato.
ne ke lo wa
re.
bona ene se a o monga.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
You went home too?
Yeah, I went home.
Yeah.
Yeah, mphato. Le nna ke la ka mphato, but once though.
You had family in as well?
No, I didn't have anybody in there. I had to find one. Yeah, but like we were a bunch of family members. But I needed to go to one.
Yeah, just
Yeah, because how we live,
Petties.
o tlamehile o kgutlele. It's just that when you took you skipped the year, ne?
Yes, I skipped the
E ne
year.
le sa pelo ya mphatong
Yes,
after
yes,
o tswa
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like a refresher course, nyana.
It's almost like saying,
Alumni thing.
going back to give a speech at your matric.
Alumni,
Yeah,
alumni,
yeah.
It's an alumni type.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's an alumni thing, yeah.
No, I feel you.
It's an alumni thing.
Yeah,
So o tlamehile no o jikele ra.
Uno inthafatsa, uno ikopotsa.
No, ikopotsa.
Yeah, no ikopotsa, yeah.
Nane ke le kasi over the holidays. I didn't have my son though, so I was able to.
O kana letsa year in year out.
Yeah, kopana bo maronza. Yeah, dindao.
Dija fast.
Yeah, hey, bana tedi all white tse ding tse tse bujwa.
Ke di botsa, ask.
Fine, proper production, bro. Like but it's bo prezi. I think they had kind of who's Zonke. Zonke was the headline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Zonke was the headline. Oh man, what a dope event, bro. What a dope event.
When we went to go see Modise, because re kopanile lona tumula o tlisa kae Harry Smith. You all were coming from some Lalavura all white. Is that the one?
That was a separate one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a separate one. It wasn't the big event at the showgrounds.
Okay.
Showgrounds. Bo OJ batlile.
Ke bone ka bone, I saw it looks so dope.
It
was huge.
Yeah, proper fun. Ke qala ho bona proper event
Production, yeah.
and ba proper.
Nice production level.
Yeah, in terms of the production level. Yeah, mara no mnati kas.
Buddy, you know in Eastern Cape, they used to have these huge homecoming things. They started with this whole
used to, yes.
Buyele Kaya, Kumbule Kaya
Yes.
type. It used to be a very huge event in Eastern Cape.
like after, because there's this one year my sister and I went to one, and our cousins. It was just after Christmas, if I'm not mistaken, or like just before New Year's. I can't remember the exact dates, but it was one of those things. Man,
Like so utlwela ka tsona.
then COVID happened,
Oh, it just never went back.
and then it just even I don't know if it's if they managed to rebuild after
Nah.
the pandemic.
Was it like an
because
annual event?
It was
Yes.
annual, yeah.
What happened to the Port St. John's one? Yeah, New Year.
I don't know. Like I had never been to that, but if I'm not mistaken, my sister used to attend that one. But Nazange in my personal capacity, because have I ever been home for New Year's? No. I don't remember having been in the Eastern Cape for New Year's.
I didn't know.
When I saw the reception for that sort of music. I always knew like people love soul music, right? Or when I like
the Sunday session type of
Sunday
music.
session. Yeah, but that thing is huge, bro. That whole genre of I guess maybe entertainment or
no, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, Fana, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. And it got me thinking, if ever Dojo does another party, it needs to be that, bro. Can I tell something for the grown and sexy?
Still on the Y2K theme.
Yeah, Fana, but Katale soul. Katale soul. Why?
Yeah.
And Fana, there's a market. Bro.
No, there's a market.
You would think, okay, that music would get boring after maybe like an hour or two.
No, it doesn't, bro.
It never gets boring, bro. Like niggas were up. Why? Singing Michael Jackson, singing Tevin Campbell, singing like deep cuts, songs I didn't even know, and niggas are singing
along. Yeah,
niggas are singing like no, that market is huge.
Yeah,
that market is huge.
It's
man.
huge.
Yeah, if we ever do a party, I don't know.
That's way to like it's a Sunday staple.
We need to.
Yeah, body so fame.
Yeah, we need to think about doing something. Strictly so.
You know the beef that I've always had, Kaso sessions Akasi though.
Strictly so.
There's like this missing middle. If I can even call it that. They only play up until like a certain
Yeah.
It's like 90s R&B never happened.
Yeah.
It's because it was heavily influenced by the older people, Eddie Zondi, Wilson. So they never evolved past a certain point because what they had in their box worked. So they didn't need to discover what happened in the 80s and in the 90s because what they were playing, but Anita Baker and
that's literally all you hear.
The Teddy Pendergrass.
I attended that one, the big one, and then to Canada, they went another session, and to they were playing deep cuts. They were doing what you are talking about.
Yeah.
They were ending at a certain era. So they didn't do the ushers. The whatnot.
That's why I'm saying usually soul session kasi. That's what they do. And I don't enjoy them because it's like, bruh, why am I listening to
it's deep cuts that
like Brandy didn't exist.
Because they're not familiar with
like
her.
Brian McKnight wasn't there.
See that Brian McKnight?
They don't touch that.
Like Maxwell wasn't there.
Yes.
Like what are we doing here? Can you blame?
Yeah, they don't play those. They play like deep cuts.
But it makes sense because they're older than these people. Because I don't think Wilson considers Asha a real musician.
Exactly.
Because he will then compare him to Teddy Pendergrass or Barry White. So they won't consider Chris Brown a real
what I'm saying
R&B
is like
musician.
even today, because soul sessions still happen today. And it's serious like Takatsa Lona.
Niggas are still hearing those.
Takatsa Lona are heavily influenced by bands.
So what you are saying?
That's not true. We are heavily influenced by 90s R&B.
That's not true because
that's our goal.
Babakas like manje ma we cleaner. Sunday manje. Monga hambi Orlando we are cleaner. Abantu bayazidinela. Akunamuntu okhaliso Asha. There's no one playing Asha. There's no one playing Brandy, people are playing.
And I have Vanessa Johnson. What?
Shirley
Murdoch. Album.
People are playing Shirley Murdoch. People are playing. Waba? No one is playing Asha. Asha, you think maybe it was Mthole Patini on a Saturday. There's no way you are going to hear a Nalisha Keys song today.
Hence I liked that one Enekilo Yona at the showgrounds because they even played Michael Jackson there.
Yeah, you see that would have been at least it's for everybody.
But there's already a Strictly Soul Baraking Akio has one of these Kola Parada.
Yeah, the R&B party.
Is it?
And his is inclusive. He actually they don't actually play the old stuff. They playing
the more recent stuff.
The
more urbanish stuff.
R&B
soul session for the grown sakes.
Rapper White.
Yeah, and that's so session.
White.
And can I take the deep cuts and some of the new. Even pop.
It'll be like the DJ.
Yeah.
So you have a DJ over Palang,
Teddy Pendergrass, and then we have a DJ.
We had it here first.
I'm telling you, man, that shit will blow. I really thought I was gonna get bored. I'm gonna fit my two, and that thing was until midnight. I'm gonna be bored after an hour.
And the thing is, like subconsciously with these sessions, there'll be a song you haven't heard like in 15 years and you will still sing it word for word. Because it's so in your subconscious.
Dog. I know. That's when I saw how big a market for that. And but Bakasi, they're so hard to impress.
Yeah.
But maybe about one. they kept to the theme. Everybody was really dressed in white.
That's dope.
No, it was nice.
That's Kalwan.
No, there was no fight. Plus the cops were there. There was a cops presence, you know. Alright, man. Let's get into it. A lot has happened since our break, Bafetu. So yeah, a lot of current affairs. You know, the country is in stasis, is in turmoil, you know. So one of the first ones was the issue that brought to light the issue that is happening in the DRC. And I didn't know this until, actually, to be honest, I didn't know we've sent troops to the DRC to help with the conflict that's happening there, especially in the
peacekeeping mission.
Yeah, a peacekeeping mission, especially in the Eastern DRC. I saw the very kind of harsh-toned tweet that the president of Rwanda,
Kagame,
sent to our president. You know, telling him he's a liar. He's misrepresented some facts about the accord that they had. We've had some soldiers die that side during those peacekeeping efforts. So yeah, that whole interaction, I think, in Eleona, that really sparked up the tensions that are happening there.
I think, do we not always have troops at these peacekeeping?
We do. We have
where there's conflict in Africa, you will find South
Central African Republic. We are there. Central African Republic,
and
South Sudan and North Sudan conflict. We are there. DRC, we are there. Yeah, those are the prominent ones. I'm sure there are others where we are. Papua New Guinea, remember Leko Guinea, where they found mercenaries? We might have some troops there, but I stand to be corrected.
But Kagame was accusing us,
We?
Yeah, because apparently the Eastern Bloc of Africa has its own sort of like a SADC, right?
Yes.
And they were supposed to send their own peacekeeping mission that involves the countries, the Angola and whatnot. And he was insinuating, because SADC is a Southern African thing,
and this is an
Eastern African bloc problem. So he was accusing us, or accusing Ramaphosa of
meddling.
Yeah, meddling.
Marona, because South Africa is there through an agreement with UN.
Yeah, these are UN.
It's a
troops.
UN.
Yeah, UN thing, right? Yeah.
But I think Ntweba Kabantsitsing is, to him, is how Ramaphosa characterizes the fight that led to who was the instigator of the South African thing.
Because I think Rwanda is alleged to be providing support to
M23.
Yeah, because apparently they getting minerals from that, allegedly.
Yes.
Did South Africa being involved in this? Are we then responsible for unearthing the fact that Rwanda is in fact supporting M23?
Yeah, because our statement says M23 is being supported by
because M23 is supposed to be a rebel group.
Militia.
Yes. In fact, he fought with Ramaphosa because Ramaphosa called M23 a militia.
No, he said. No. I think on the actual statement he said the Rwandan government, the Rwandan army is a militia.
But all about no, it's not a
militia. It's an arm.
No, remember M23 are Tutsis by ethnicity.
Yes. Rwandans.
No, Congolese Tutsis. So that's the thing. So to put it simply, Hona le Botswana, South Africa. So Botswana ba mo South Africa. In Botswana has a sympathetic support to them because it's one of their own. But by nationality, they are still South Africans. So Paul Kagame, based on this whole Hutus and Tutsis conflict, so unofficially,
he's supporting
them. Supporter with the fact that if should they get the recognition, for the minerals. In fact, they're
already
doing it.
Right?
Yeah, they're already doing it.
There's a part where
allegedly.
So there is a part where he is also economical with the truth, because there is a part of the conflict that benefits him at a material level. So he does not have a vested interest to see the conflict go away. So that's the issue. He also alleges, Cyril Ramaphosa, you also have interest in mining via this big company where Ramaphosa was invested in Elmo Eskom, this huge conglomerate, Glencore.
Oh,
Glencore, because he used to be the chairman of Glencore. Glencore is one of the biggest mining concerns in DRC. So you've got politics mixing with war, mixing with tribalism, mixing with business.
Yeah.
In that region.
Yeah. Jola Mara, in terms, because even to this day, Ramaphosa hasn't necessarily addressed the optics of the tweet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like because I wanna get on a talking point, because the tweet was at the end of it. Kagame was sort of like, my nigga, if you looking to step up,
if you're about it, I'm about it.
If you're about it, I'm about it. You know what I'm saying?
But you wouldn't get a response from Cyril.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
He responded to his tweet,
Oh, you
to
kidding?
Ramaphosa's tweet.
And using his official account.
Yeah.
Not even a government thing. It was a Paul Kagame official Twitter account.
But you saw what they asked him, there was a presidential golf thing about Rwanda getting the mud. Wabo?
Yeah.
But two things happened. Remember what we were discussing in the group? Two things have since happened. So after Trump did what he did, the EU had a bilateral discussions with South Africa where they strengthened ties. The EU, the European Union.
Yes.
After that, the European Union denounced Rwanda.
Yes.
Did you see?
Yes. Because I saw certain countries like Germany.
The repercussions because what European Union is doing is that it's now doing a deal with Ramaphosa and is now shining this nigga.
Sanctioning.
And this nigga has been operating for all along. People didn't care.
Yeah. Because let's not forget, he is sort of quote unquote like a dictator. He's been in power since
2000.
Since the genocides, right?
Yeah.
He's been in power since the genocides. There hasn't been any democratic elections.
And he's from the minority clan.
Yeah, the minority.
He's only 14%.
Yeah, the one that was getting
he's from the minority.
Slaughtered, basically.
Yes. He's from the minority.
Yeah. So, Mara, the question I was asking is that, are you guys, do you guys see the method in the madness of him not playing in the mud, not playing the public gallery thing?
Cyril.
Cyril. Or do you guys
do that? But Angie did respond, I think.
Yeah, he's the Minister of Defense, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, because she's the Minister of Defense. I guess.
She's the Minister of Defense.
Because apparently, at some point, Rwandan soldiers were shooting above us.
Yes.
And then our
camp.
At the campsite.
Yeah, so we'll take these things as an act of war. Yeah. So she responded, okay, don't.
Hey, shout out to Angie,
mess
man.
with us.
However, Rwanda has very, very close ties with Israel. So that's what makes them powerful.
Oh,
so they obviously get intel.
Yeah, and weapons and whatnot.
In fact, after that very week, during those shenanigans, this is such so boring. Then the foreign affairs minister, Rwanda and Rwanda held a press conference with solidified ties, which to me was a signal to say, you should also see who's on our side.
Yeah.
And if I'm with Israel, I'm obviously with America too.
Yeah. Yeah, but we already got our backs up with Israel. We already out here challenging.
We already showed where we stand.
Yeah, we ain't scared of those, man.
I'm actually so proud of our
government,
because we only have 14 fatalities, and M23 lost 600, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is it?
No, there was an incident like this a couple of years back in the Central African Republic where we lost soldiers. What's about how to A19
on our side?
It's bodies, gada.
Hey.
It's just bodies.
For everyone we lose, they probably have 10 lost.
Just bodies, gada.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I stand to be corrected, but apparently 600 of theirs versus 14 of ours.
They had to do a ceasefire for them to come and collect their dead.
Collect bodies.
Yes.
So you got mana.
And I'm glad you guys brought this up because it brings forth my next question, sometimes the disrespect our national defense gets, bro.
It's just an inside joke, guys. Our army is nothing to play with.
Yeah. Yeah, them
Anything you
niggas.
ever doubted.
Yeah, them niggas are out.
It seems that we laugh amongst each other.
Yeah.
Muma Bena,
Yeah, Muma Bena,
it's just
you
fun.
know.
It's just fun. Mari, our army is nothing to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Remember
Let's put some-
top 5, ne?
Yeah.
Babala Lekada, like when they came back and they were holding the funerals and the stories that these guys were telling, some of whom were even there, we killed a lot of them, bro.
Jesus.
We killed a lot of them. Fella, these are not like standing professional soldiers. These are rebel
Match
groups.
fees. Baba
Yeah,
match
sometimes they
fees.
take kids, bro, like to fight these
Yeah,
motherfucking
you are
things.
fighting. You are fighting against a standing army, professional soldiers, career soldiers.
Career
Career
soldiers.
soldiers.
I don't do anything else. This is my job.
This is my job,
Yeah.
dog.
I'm killing somebody for breakfast.
Yeah. And when you fighting militias that have kids and, you know, minors and,
And guns they
whatnot.
picked up on the side of the road.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right,
we
Mulise,
are- we're
because
blowing you
there's
to
a lot of there's a lot of banter that we going unchecked. We let it form very strong opinions about who we are, right? Like even like with this whole Trump thing, like people don't get it. South Africa is very important to any US country corporation to launch in Africa. They cannot launch in Africa without coming to South Africa.
Because we're the springboard.
Yeah,
With
we're
the
the springboard.
Like South Africa is so strong and so strategic.
Whatever, like the conversation, especially around our defense force, made me think about, the patriotic nature and the high regard that the ordinary public in the US have for their military service people, right? You know what I'm saying? And we don't venerate our people.
We
Like,
don't.
in America, they have like a Veterans Day.
Yeah.
You know, apparently, like it's a.
Buddy, thank you for your service.
Would he thank you for your service? Like we don't do that.
It's taken very seriously.
Yeah, it's taken very seriously. How join up so later.
Yeah.
And like our service people or like Matsola.
Yeah, but I don't respect theirs though because it's imperialism
yeah.
based.
And-
Imperialism based.
Because what's your service? Your service is going to plunder other countries for their
Yeah,
oil.
basically.
And I think
And look for weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
And go and abuse the
Yeah.
foreign
Yeah.
nationals.
that is
that
why
your service?
Yeah, that is why in fact it is because of that reason. It is because of that reason.
They're whitewashing.
Yeah,
They're whitewashing it.
Yeah, they're whitewashing.
Because basically what they're saying was, in fact, we got this thing via blood, right? So anything you do in pursuit of us being able to trample over everybody else, that's what makes you American. Just the same way that we want this solidarity to be simply because we are black.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
feel you.
we go out and bully people so that they don't have any idea of coming
Fuck
with us.
Yeah.
And for that reason, you are safe.
Yeah.
So you should be thanking us
Yeah.
for doing all of that.
all of this
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Hey man, no.
That's just American imperialism. bro.
Yeah. No, Mara, apparently the latest developments there with regards to Kanaking Yona DRC, Cyril still needs to go because there still needs to be a meeting between Kagame, the DRC, and apparently I don't know if Cyril is like the chairman of SADC currently or Mara, there needs to be a head of SADC that's going to do like a
Yeah, just
bilateral.
appointing a new head of African Union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a whole bilateral thing. The
thing is that we
but
got
a ceasefire doesn't seem likely.
We seem to have so many toothless or bodies that because there's African Union, then there's SADC,
Yeah.
then there's African Parliament. There's African Parliament.
Yes.
Julius Egling, I have about you. There's a lot of-
I don't think SADC is useless though.
No.
Yeah.
No, maybe I'm not. Useless is not the way. Like, it just seems like we don't know whose role stops and starts where.
Oh, okay.
Type of thing, like, because Baba Mutoro, they don't concern themselves with war-related things.
Yes.
But more administrative. Maybe others are more economic block. But it's like there's a. And it's like with all those forums, you still have the UN.
On top of everything. Yeah, because
everything.
you're like out here.
Then you've got the Eastern, then you've got the Sahel. It's like there's just a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Yeah, ECOWAS.
Yeah, Abu Ibrahim.
Yeah.
They're cooking.
Yeah. But like if there's one thing, like maybe to echo what Mbali was saying, like we can say Hore when it comes to like foreign policy, SA has been doing you know,
the most.
Yeah, the most. Like we can be proud, like when it comes to our foreign efforts, or foreign policy efforts, and our positions. Yeah, we are good prefects. You know what I'm saying?
We're not prepared to stand by and watch.
Yeah, maybe kahomu di paya mara like how we chabeng.
Yeah, but it's
the community member.
It's for that very reason that they also don't listen to you when they tell you to expel foreigners.
Pardon?
It's for that very reason that they also don't listen to you when you are shouting at them that they must expel foreigners.
Because
they are good to everyone. They are good to everyone. How to be special when I'm on. Kibana ba bona ba la hlaya. La rata ntse re bla batho ma lo di mane ma se tla ba fa dijo le bodulo mona na la. Yeah, my humanitarianism is not selective.
Yes.
It's indiscriminate.
And it's consistent.
So be proud of that too. Yeah.
But we can't.
Actually, that's a good link.
Yeah, but we can't. Yeah. We can't. Yeah. And it segues us to like a very viral discussion that's happening, especially around Trump sanctions. Well, I don't know if you guys want to go line by line, because ever since Trump has been inaugurated, like he's been in office for, I think now it's like a month. Yeah, coming closer. Coming just under a month, and he's done a lot, guys. Like to say,
executive order,
yeah, that man with a rock sheet. Like
he's undone a lot.
Yes.
In a very short space of time.
In a very short space of time. But more specifically affecting us, he has, in effect, sanctioned us. So we're not getting any aid whatsoever from the US.
Yeah.
He's classified the Afrikaners, South African Afrikaners, as refugees that can get asylum in the US. You know, and obviously that's a whole bag of worms.
What does it take for an ordinary person to be classified as an asylum seeker in the US that differs from the Afrikaners being? Like, is it as easy if I'm from Rwanda and I am seeking asylum in the US? Do I also, like, is it
good question.
Really that easy to get into the US?
It's flipping hard to get into the US.
That's a very good question.
So is this just reserved for white people?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It is literally just
in the same. Here's the thing. So people always say, no, this is misinformation. Trump is not acting on misinformation or whatever. He is acting on an American agenda, right? One of those is that obviously Elon Musk is getting a hard time with Starlink here.
Yes.
The second one is that we are taking Israel to the ICJ,
to the ICJ,
and then they are accessory to murder.
Yes.
By extension,
because
the US.
They have been the biggest supporter of
in the same week, he signs an executive order recognizing the Afrikaners. He is busy bullying other nations to accept Palestinians. So now, if you are saying in South Africa you are doing this in recognition of the fact that the South African government is against Afrikaners and they are persecuted, why are you not extending the same thing then to the Palestinians?
It's hypocritical.
Because they are the most hard done by.
And
It's hypocritical.
that they must find a different place to stay.
Why not America?
He said they must clear Gaza.
Why is he not welcoming them to America?
Yeah, he wants to force
the same way he's accepting
the
Afrikaners.
Yeah.
Because all I get Afrikaners, they've been targeted.
Yes.
There's nothing more targeted in the world today than Palestinians.
But he doesn't stand with Palestine. And
so what I'm saying is that I was showing why your question was very instructive. Because we
go sell.
So sometimes, and now I always, like, we're having this, obviously all of us are having debates if we've got white friends, blah, blah. Guys, here's the thing. We are all grown-ups. Just plainly say, like, let's just own this racism thing now. Let's just own your racism, bro. Maybe we'll get along very well. Just say to me, I actually don't want to be ruled by a black person.
Like how?
And I'll respect you for that.
Because the whites are a majority in the US, they can be openly racist. They don't have to beat about the bush about their racism because they are
the majority.
The black person is the minority,
yes.
So the minority must always be on the back foot to be on some. You can't go to certain parts of the US because as a black person, we still have to be the ones who trade carefully. But here, it's the opposite.
It's the opposite, yes.
Because we are still
The
trying
majority.
to bite each other's face because
Yeah.
we are not openly against them. And they have to hide the fact that they are against us. They can't be openly, they can't be seen to be openly
Is
racist.
racist, yes. Yes.
So now, Tabang, having said what you said, do you think it's a wasted effort then? Because apparently Ramaphosa is combining a delegation that is going to first go to the EU
Yes.
to state our position.
Yes.
Based on the sections that has happened. So it's sort of like a PR thing.
Yes.
That Ramaphosa wants to go. So it's look at EU and then head to Washington.
Yes.
Uyothini Ramaphosa uyodefenda le nto yakhe
Yeah.
expropriation.
Yeah.
Expropriation.
To undo the misinformation.
I think on the side of South Africa, you still need to take certain steps that along the way have to expose the hypocrisy of Americans. So that's also in the public domain, even though we know what they are doing has got nothing to do with misinformation. You are the most powerful nation in the world.
With intelligence,
You've got embassy in South Africa. It takes you talking to your ambassador. Say, what is the mood in South Africa, right? You can dispel that thing like this. You pride yourself with having the best intelligence. You found porn in somebody's
house in Midrand.
And you are saying there's a genocide in South Africa. That is not backed by intelligence.
Blind.
So you know what you want to do. You want to make South Africa unstable. You want to punish South Africa economically because you can't get what you want. That's all you want.
So in London, Elon, what was supposed to happen? People are supposed to send their soldiers in droves to come and fight us to let the white people live.
Yeah, Tabang is right about the Starlink thing. I think for Elon, it's business.
Is Elon the new president?
He's the president, effectively.
Yeah, de facto.
You saw he took him to India to meet the Indian.
Yeah, and he's
Prime Minister.
Yeah. And they recently did a whole press conference with Elon in the
With
White
his son.
House. With his son.
His son telling Trump shut up.
Yeah, and apparently it's huge news in the in the US about kind of in the president's relationship with Elon and exactly how much influence Elon has on Trump.
Plus, Trump is an old man, so he's easily influenced. So, when
He funded his campaign.
And Trump is not really in a position to.
So what are we saying about Elon and Trump? Are you guys scared about that relationship, or is it you guys are still monitoring it to see exactly how big of an influence Elon has?
Guys,
Trump?
I was thinking about that question because as a duo, these guys, the power they have, you've got the richest state president in terms of prestige, resources. America is very huge, guys. Like America is huge, and the most so. On a le mahlanya a mabedi ne le wa le hlanya le na le tšhelete o feta motho kaofela lefatshe le one ke the most prominent and ke mahlanya like
unhinged.
If you look at these guys even their history with how they relate to women like bohlanya ba bona
Like
le bana ba bangata
Elon had like 13 baby moms, or like 13 kids or something.
It's like Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, there's some woman just last week who said dog, I think like that's baby 13 now. You know what I'm saying? Like with 5 baby moms.
Ho santsane o tlo nyewa mfana
Yeah, I know. It's
ho santsane o tlo nyewa.
Yeah, but these delegations are important because it's crucial that we take hold of the narrative before it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the extent to which people are committed to misunderstanding.
For sure.
Yeah. And others are just plain stupid. They read something and then they're like, that's what's happening in SA.
And in America, that's fertile ground for that.
Yeah. So you have to send people out to go actually
You still
explain
have
what it
to
is that
ease.
we are doing.
Yes. Yeah.
so we are in agreement. Okay, Cyril is doing a good thing.
Yeah,
it's not wasted effort. Yeah, it's not wasted effort.
And what I also liked, shout out, like we need to have a balanced view because I've seen a lot of white people also coming out. Because generally, but also is because their livelihoods. You see, when their livelihoods are on the line, because think about it, guys. Whatever you do economically to South Africa, the first casualty is going to be whites.
Yeah.
Well, now already, but they're going to lose. So that's why you're seeing a lot of them, for the first time, would on a public platform say something that goes against a white person. And you know how what it takes for a white person to do that?
Yeah, and I think it's the irony of the situation that they found themselves in, because now with Trump saying you guys can calm, and then these niggas are like, nah.
In the history of genocide, this is going to be the first time people under genocide are refusing to get away.
I saw a video on TikTok where apparently begugcwele embassies or labantu by on the yesterday was the 15th. Sorry, yesterday was the 15th. Begugcwele amabhurez. I don't even know if they were there to go seek asylum or if it was just a thing for sure.
No, in the protest,
Was it just a
them niggas
protest?
aren't signing.
At the embassy.
Yeah, them
I
niggas
saw
ain't
that.
signing up. Yeah, it wasn't a signing up rally.
Or it wasn't a
crazy.
signing up rally?
In LA protest.
Oh,
So
okay.
Barajwale, the interesting thing about Afrikaners as an ethnicity, as it were, is that, you see, in South Africa, you've got an Afrikaner person who is classified white, right? But he speaks Afrikaans as a language. Then you've got a colored person who identifies as Afrikaans by language, but by ethnicity, maybe colored or black. Sometimes they choose, right? So, but okay, so now if I apply there, I may be white, but I don't speak Afrikaans. Then I may speak Afrikaans, but I'm not white.
Uthen Trump, just
Afrikaners.
Afrikaners.
It's Afrikaners.
So, because he didn't want it to seem like it was a race.
Yeah.
So he made it a language thing,
Yeah.
not taking into account that there's black and colored people that
Speak Afrikaans.
So,
But an Afrikaner is white.
Is a boera.
An Afrikaner is a white person.
Hey, but I get it, there's colors that identify
As Afrikaners.
As Afrikaners.
There
There's
are.
nothing a colored person likes more than to distance themselves from a black person. So there will be anything under the sun, just as long as you don't qualify them as black.
Yeah, but they're not Afrikaners.
But they
Afrikaners are
are.
white people.
yeah, I understand. But what I'm saying is that if you're on the receiving
they are
end
not.
of the application, over I am Afrikaner, because they didn't say Bure, right?
Yeah, because I think that they're going to use the white kind of baby tongue, the classification that we use. Or how I
Black, white, or colored.
Black.
Yeah, but
But actually, I read somewhere
You don't
that
have
they
Afrikaner classification.
actually
Yeah, we don't have an
appropriated-
Afrikaner
They
class.
appropriated that term,
What?
the Afrikaner,
because
Who
it means African.
appropriated it?
the Afrikaners.
From where?
From the groups, we had a lot of groups in this country, guys. That one really the 11 official language and these, few like there were a lot of people
plenty.
here, bro.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people. I think they appropriated from probably the Greek was like the group of colors that left the Cape, and they were also
Even the
like, fighting
language,
for their
yeah.
own, yeah.
Because they can't say they're Buddhas because being a Buddha is being a
farmer.
farmer. It's
It's
not.
been a-
It's
it's been
not
a
a.
farmer.
It's not
Yeah.
a.
I read
race,
that they
it's not a-
appropriated that term. Somebody was
Because
using it and they
you can
took
be
it on.
colored, or
Which
you
is
can
what
be
I'm
black
saying.
and be a Buddha
what
simply
they do.
by definition.
It will be interesting to see what the embassy does, because I agree these people need to apply via the embassy. It will be interesting to see what that criteria looks like.
And which is why I'm saying, when I'm saying all the steps, we need to be exposing the hypocrisy. So I encourage coloreds or people who
apply.
speak Afrikaans to also apply, so that
But we must also not take for granted the White House. It's full of idiots because one man is speaking.
yeah.
That building is not standing the way that it is
Because of
Yeah,
idiots,
because
yeah.
of one man.
There's rationality there.
So you can tweet all you like, but as to whether you'll be able to do these things or not watch, that's a different story. Because you're not a dictator, you're just the president.
Just the
man.
president, yes. That's a good. Yeah, that's a good point actually.
And our white people don't have a good reputation to the rest of the world.
Yeah, they don't.
You just so you could find that the White House actually has a different opinion,
About
Yes.
what that
But they can't just
looks
go
like.
public.
or probably maybe not the White House or Congress.
Congress, yeah.
But they need to push this narrative that they are open to us, even though they're going to reject a lot of applications. They need to make it seem like it's something that's possible.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think.
they don't really want you there,
Yeah.
but they need the world to think that they want you there.
Yeah. In fact, I think what Maurice is saying goes back to what I'm trying to say. For example, Americans, that if a rhetoric still favors America in some way, but does not embarrass it, those people who have rationality, they'll stand on the shadows, But once it gets to the point where like I'm fit, it's becoming real now, and then they will say no, retreat.
But they weren't even part of it. It's still just one man and maybe two or more. Talking.
Talking.
It's not that person.
There are hundreds of people in the Congress, bro.
It's
There's
just
a
that-
opposition party, like it's not just because a few people are making utterances. Sometimes we may mistake that to say that this is like
The
this is
American
how the
official
US
stance.
feels.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's like it's weird. Like they have an imbecile for a.
But look, man,
because
he signed though.
Yeah, because Ucheg, agree.
Catch the rest of this episode on Patreon.
The Dojo.